Hello. Happy Tuesday. Is that what it is? Welcome to the replay for those of you who are not live. I am Lindsay, and I help you be abundant through passive income with printables on Etsy. So, if you are someone who is looking to create printables as a side hustle, I'm here to talk to you about why that could be such a great endeavor for you. Specifically, I want to talk to those of you who are creatives. So, are you a creative person? Are you someone who likes to make things? I think the definition to me of a creative person is just someone who likes to kind of make things out of nothing, someone who just likes to create new things. That doesn't necessarily mean you're good at all the things, right? But you could be good at sewing, you could be good at doodling or writing or just crafting in general. You like to create things out of nothing. That's kind of my definition of creatives. And so the reason why I think creatives are so good to start printables is because we have a special personality. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes people might say we have a few too many tabs open. We want to do everything right now. There's pros and cons, right, of being a creative. But I want to talk specifically about what personality characteristics a creative person has that I think is great for creating printables. So, chances are that if you're a creative person, you get bored easily, right? Anyone? So, if you get bored easily, printables are so great because there's really a low barrier to entry to getting into printables. So, if you decide to start and then you kind of want to take a break or you don't want to continue, it's always kind of available because there's low barriers to entry. What does that mean? That just means, with a lot of side hustles like I guess if you sell maybe essential oils or maybe you sell, expensive skincare, a lot of times you have to invest your money every month into doing that. And maybe after a while, you kind of get burnt out on doing that. You're like, I don't know if I want to continue this, right? Well, printables are such a low barrier to entry. I use Adobe software, as many of you know, and so that is only $9.99 per month and you can cancel at any time. So if you decide that that side hustle is just not for you and you get bored with it, then it's really you haven't invested too much of your time. Plus, on Etsy, every listing is only 20 cents and that expires every 3 months. So again, you can just decide if that, it is right for you, right? So if you get bored easily, printables is such a good place to start for a side hustle. So let's see, what else do I want to tell you about that? So what I like about printables is that you don't have to necessarily stick to one thing. I suggest kind of starting out in one niche, but niche again. I don't know what that word is. Can someone tell me? um, if you want to start out like I do in party decorations, I've been able to kind of branch out since then and do just kind of regular printables. They're not just totally completely separate, right? I don't make like workout sheets and party decorations. I make things that are in the genre of maybe for kids. I make a lot of things that what I love about it is I like to just make what I like to make for my daughter. So I like a lot of like birthday things or things for memory books for her. I love adding that slowly to my repertoire, I guess, of printables because I'm already making them for her. So it's like I might as well sell them, right? So that is why I love it. So if you get bored easily as a creative, printables is such a great way to start a side hustle. So the next thing is that if you're creative, you're likely independent. Anyone? Very independent. So we tend to be people who we we want to do things on our own. We have these big imaginations and we want to bring things to life on our own. We don't have to we want don't want to have to rely on other people to really bring our dreams to life. And that's why printables is just such a great way to um, bring your own creations to life. You don't have to like rely on anyone else. And it's really just, you can really run a printables business with just you. So that's another thing why creatives are um, so great at starting a printables business for a side hustle. And then also that we like to have fun all the time. So that's one thing is like we're the creative people of the world. We want our work to matter. We want our work to mean something. We want to put our passions and things into it. So it's really hard to be doing things that we don't like to do. I think that shows in our work a lot of times. People like can tell that you're not passionate about it. And so that's what I love about making printables is I can put, like I said, I am super passionate about making stuff for me and my family. So it makes sense to just jump in and go ahead and sell them and monetize what I'm already doing for my family. So basically monetizing my passions and, doing what I want for a living, making, monetizing that. So that's another reason why I think it's such a great outlet. Um, and I just want to remind you that, you know, becoming abundant is really when you can take those passions and your purpose and really start putting that into something you're doing for a living. And so, anytime that you're in flow state, anybody knows what that is, right? You may not consciously know it, but whenever you are just crafting or doing something where you're just in the moment and you are um, loving it so much that the time just kind of goes on and you look up and suddenly hours have gone by, that is when you're in a flow state. And I certainly get into that when I'm making my printables. I love designing printables. It's my favorite part of my business. I love turning on a podcast. I might like turning on the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial right around now to just listen to that while I'm designing. I just love that really puts me in my flow state. And so if that's something that you can relate to, that you're looking for that you're looking for an outlet to put those passions into and monetize that, printables is such a great way to do that. And so those are kind of the three characteristics that I wanted to touch on today as to, why I think printables are such a great outlet for creatives to make passive income. Of course, you can make many different things on Etsy, but there's not a lot of things where you can just set it and forget it. Is that like an infomercial or something? Set it and forget it. But, you know, if you're someone who maybe makes party decorations or something on Etsy now, like I was, you are using your creative skills and talents for sure to do that, but you do start to get resentful, right? You start to feel like I'm doing too much for how much I'm making and that kind of thing. So hold on, honey. So with printables, you don't get like that because you get to make it once and sell it over and over and impact, hundreds of lives, as you do it. So, what's up, honey? My daughter's coming to visit me now. So I'm going to sign off, but I just wanted to let you know if you guys are interested in enrolling in the Abundant Girls Guide to Passive Income Through Printables on Etsy. That is open just for another 2 days. So make sure to go over and check that out. You can learn more about it. It's at atouchofla.com/enroll. And I'm talking all about how you can create, plan, create, and launch your, honey, not right now, please, um, your printables business. So let's do that together. Go over to that page, atouchofla.com/enroll. Check it out and let me know if you have any questions on here. You can also email me at atouchofla@gmail.com. And I'm going to sign off for now, but let me know if you have any questions. So, bye, creatives. Talk to you guys later. Hold on, I got to turn off Facebook too. 1 second.
Mommy?
What, honey?
We're going on a lion hunt.
You're going on a lion